cùng hôn chia tổ trung ta xin tu po cu giờ nghe gì po cùng giờ con dừng kết có xinวันนอชิลูเฮาชิเกตูปืออีตูตุลอนลูตุนดาตุดานลูตุยาววัวลูเนยกาเสียตูรู้เสียให้เดียนกูอย่ามองตายอ๋อนูชัวลูกูที่จอกูเจตามอแล้วกูเจยอกูดาช่วยยาว่ากูคงหมดล้อ Tôi cha tin lu chỉ đi tu nên thọ tu tin nâng cha bị ton đã ha tu nâng của chúa tu kia cả tu kia cả ha cho cô tỏ ca của châu pha lo ba bó sẽ tiếp câu sẽ tua là tê tua thầy tê có lu nơi nhau bắt đi ta dây rồi sẽ hai tiền của nhà mô đại họ đâu chúa là cô đi cho từ trên ta mô là cô trên cho suốt nhà có cô cùng một lo
nhớ rồi này chỉ có thể cha cho mọi thứ chuột cho nhớ tao vào tao chơi nu nói rằng nu in nu chẳng chẳng cái kia và biết tôi xin chi đó số hơi chuột nó nu nói rằng nu Thursday là nu thì plan để cho kia và hồi nhau luôn trong Minneapolis thiên nhớ cho cho họ chơi đi gì WIXK ít chỉ cho xuống thì luôn trong Minneapolis cho kia phun yêu và hồi và kia là một sĩ chuột chuột hạt tiền yêu ba tàu chỉ gì thiên mua kia ba chuột này chỉ có thể cha trong này cha nu nó biết thà đó số hơi chuột mua ở đóคือhọ chỉ sinh chấp là giờ tụ cho mường là giờ tụ mayor Jacob Frey, you know, the Nroog Minneapolis here, Michelle, you know, how director, you have to direct the whole Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. Or the court is saying, she touched what you're not the gay, not a loot, they tell, Tashina, being your Nroog Minneapolis, then Luke, what tell you know, New Home was only gets a game, John Down, then who not John Mung, like you to mayor, you're going to fish touch, what you're not, Nion, you'll see, Nick, no fish touch, what you're not. 浪就必須睇，天氣大人的角度所懂得多，要周一二八二下二一八順，周一二八二下二一八順，莫路的只能就好多的古典到家必須睇那了到，好說或者那了到的是在到內叫我呢，我自段的必須睇說或者那，啊對莫才路的古說或者那呀，你我咪呀，我超差了，我個整多工的被着說或者那天多把才路的被吃的說或者那。Welcome, Mayor. Welcome to Michelle and the rest of the colleagues who are here on air with us among Radio WIXK. Mayor, please help us introduce yourself. Share with us a little bit about who you are and what you do at the City of Minneapolis.
Thank you so much, Michael Yang, for having me today. And thank you to all of the listeners who have taken the time. My name is Jacob Frey. I am the mayor of Minneapolis, and I have the honor of working on behalf of the 435,000 residents that call Minneapolis home and the many more that come and go. I'm honored to have this role. I am honored to do this work on behalf of the community. And a bit more about myself. I am a husband to my wife, Sarah. I'm a father to my daughter, Frida. And we're about to have a second girl in about a month from now. So just a little about myself. And again, I'm honored to be here with you.
พี่นาเดียว่าจะชอบเลยเที่ยวให้จะหนากูเที่ยวว่าจะเราไม่ก็วันนี้ตอนเราไม่เจอกูว่าตัวควาชื่อเส้นยันเราเนาะเที่ยวที่เราได้ไปเดียแต่เนาะกูจงเชียร์ให้ว่าตัวเจ้าแมงยันเขาไปล้นตรงมันแอบเนาะที่เราได้ไปเดียถ้าเราชั่วเล่นชั่วตัวจะเนี่ยจะซีเนี่ยตัวว่าจะเชลนี่ตอนเราไปน้องเที่ยวเราไปก่อนnó thìกูgiờ tụi cháu mình nhớ là bên trong trong mình plus nó giờ tụi là mới sai vừa cái nó cái hậu cái na sinh rồi chả là mấy bên sinh xuân thôi giờ pro vừa bên cho chip hà lên nên giờ chả là mấy bên sinh nhá bên trong mình plus nó thì bé tao hồ tiệt ba chè là như tiệt yêu bé lu chè nhau lòng bé luôn trong nóส่วนสีที่กูยอมมาถ่ายตอนนี้เตียนี่ยคอเตียชื่อเซ็งรู้รู้หรือชื่อเซ็งชอบเลยเจอกูแล้วมึงใช้เกตนอเทียกูคุยให้ลิงสีเทียกูยออีตุสีแต่ว่ากูตุปะเนี่ยเซราเทียกูคุยให้ลิงสีมวยลิงไยเทียกูยอมมอตุนไยที่อ้อเจอดูลีตันได้นาเทียเอกูแค่รนี่เป้าลิงเดอเทียจะน่ะกูตุเข่ง
Mayor, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us and all of our Hmong listeners across the cities and elsewhere. Thank you so much. Mayor, can you please share with our audience, our listeners, a little bit about the way the city of Minneapolis is responding to the actions of our federal government related to immigration? Minneapolis 是的，主义了我把对那么别城市了，还做到了他办了，要叫我去了，你都好，你得去米干呢，就出这给问到了，问到，你要到路我得去米干。
I want to begin by acknowledging that I understand the fear, the concern, and the anxiety of our community, especially that was felt last Tuesday. What unfolded can be traumatizing to communities throughout Minneapolis, especially those who are immigrants. And let's be real honest, that fear is not irrational. It's the result of an atmosphere of anxiety and an environment of distrust that Donald Trump has created. Our immigrant communities have been targeted, scapegoated, brutalized by his policies. And when they see a militarized presence in our city on their block, they oftentimes expect the worst, even if the underlying reason is something different entirely.
ที่เราในเป้าให้เดียให้เจ้าในจะสื่อเช่นว่าตัวชื่อสีเนี่ยเราโน้ตถือเสียเนาะกูให้เจ้าในเป้าให้เดียช่วยยากูตัวละมูว่าเราหันเลยให้ช่วยลิงก์ตัวตัวจริงตอนใช้ให้เจ้าเนาะเนาะจือเลยที่เก๋ใจที่ชื่อเส้นใช่ก็ดาวน์ทรัมป์เลยจะเก๋ใจเลยเดียจะเนาะจะจือเลยจงฟื้นเลยจะเรามูใจชูไปจะไปสิ่งที่เรามูเดียว่าที่อยากเก๋เพย์ที่อยากจีจงจะให้เดียปอละลุเช่เนี่ยเราเนาะว่าเดียอินยี่เลยเดียเนี่ยเราความรักแต่สิละกูว่าเราจะไล่ไม่ไปสิ่งตัวจริงตอนใช้จะให้เดียจิมว่าเต็มmìnhจะช่วยชีเจ้าเนาะว่าเก๋ว่าตัวเด็กเธอเนาะ吵架了是吵架那了要保了路 chase 了给我เราใช้ที่ไหนอ่ะเดียว่าเราที่nàoที่จือเนาะจะเราใจจือที่เราไม่ไปสิ่งเนาะนี่อย่างว่าเราใช้ตัวจริงตอนใช้ที่
So let's start by recognizing our city's separation ordinance, which essentially says that our police, our public officials will not cooperate with the federal government around immigration, law enforcement, and federal immigration raids.
เขาจึงทับเลยจะให้เราในเป้าเดียก่อนนี่ฉันนั้นเราไปเราไม่ใช่ใส่ใจมัวใส่ใจชี้ใจเทียย่อไปลองตรงเนี่ยเปล่าเทียชื่อสิงชาให้ฉันหน่อยตู้จริงสื่อเทียจนนั่งหนอชื่อเนี่ยเราไปลงตรงเลยไปรู้สึกเนาะไปอยู่จีไปมัวใส่ใจสายว่าเดียมัวใส่ใจไฟลองเดี๋ยวจงฟื้นล้อเลยใส่ใจเทียไปอยู่จีมัวเก๋กงเต็นถ้าเราเราใส่ใจจะเราหมุนชูไปรู้สึกเนาะเทียนะเนาะเทีย
Our police will not and have not assisted ICE or any other federal agency deport undocumented immigrants. In Minneapolis, we don't consider them illegal aliens. In Minneapolis, they are our neighbors, and we love them.
写着你把我的都近视，被你知道天眼睛把视啊，有么给讲的？这考给我要吃着呢，我多得手ใจเนาะแล้ว要的么给讲的，这一下做这可能给你呢。พอพี่ลงตรงมาเนี่ยเปลสเนาะจนนั่งว่าชิมันดามันเดอแล้วยังจนนั่งว่าย่ออีจีน่ะไปรู้เรื่องเนาะเที่ยย่อน่ะไปอีเร่แล้วยังเดี๋ยวอีเชิงจันเนาะไอไปรู้เลยเที่ยไปชัวร์เลยชับเลยเนาะ
However, our police officers will respond to 911 calls, and they will be doing the important work to keep people safe and to maintain the peace. We understand that officers will have to respond during times of an emergency, and sometimes that emergency was not our own making, oftentimes.
要真的把我哋都件事，来应用操呢把呢听，头头呢好做意咯，来要多啲睇呢把呢听个只从我给跑去的去市中呢，听个我给太阳呢呀，还真那个还真那要都件事，对头要点么事情整来去来应用到我听就是奋斗了要点实领导嘅老主要都自己做可能，那黑着呢包呢喏。
The action that took place last Tuesday was not an immigration raid. It was a transnational operation related to human trafficking, drug trafficking, and money laundering. However, we do know that it is likely in the very near future that an immigration raid will take place. And here's what I will tell people. Donald Trump is trying to sow chaos in our city. We can't let him go down that route, in that we got to make sure that we're not simply countering his chaos with our own brand of chaos. We've got to be thoughtful. We've got to be pragmatic, and we've got to look out for one another.
这个呢，帮我哋係真係可出聲，我都可等明我都支持咗呢出現咯。กู係咗呢幫我哋可能要可啲嘅吵架通嚟啲吵呢，又嘅可我哋都冇出事，然後弄到嘛一年啲要幾在吵架，真係我因我說吵架咯，幾拉羅吵架咯，天幾我因幾而且呢，给我拉罗吵架，走对头呢，要接看到你ที่ตัวมั่ว快对你ตัวชื่อสิลินเดอร์ที่แต่ชิกูเคลียร์นี่เป้าขอกูเป้าช่างเทียมหนึ่งเลยอยากตอนเต้นอนมาแต่เราเลยยิ่งเยอะมั่วจะเกะวัวเลยอยากตัวเตะเลยอยากตัวสอจะเนี่ยวัวตัวต้องเตอชิมันต้องเตอเนาะตัวเตะเธอเนาะชิมันต้องเตอ吵架นะอย่า Donald Trump นะnếu lúc họ phía chỉ do sao là một chỉ có một tên mình nhưng họ biết luôn đâu nóแต่ชิกูคิดว่าในป้าไอเดียคอนนอนี่ยัยเขาว่าไปอยู่จุดตะละมูบ้าไปถูกแข่งบ้ารู้เรรู้รอเชื่อเราก็มั่วจะเก๋เดียดีไทยมั่วจะเก๋กงเชียกงจือทั้งเชียทั้งจือละมูชีป้าชีปัวเขามั่วจะเต้นไม่เนาะเขาจือชี
Immigrants are our neighbors, our Hmong community. They are our neighbors. They make our city a better place. And we need to be doing everything possible to make sure that they feel safe, that they feel protected, and that they understand how immensely they benefit our city. In fact, they are the backbone of our communities.
เดี๋ยวนี้ป้าไอเดียจันที่我专门门头ตัวย่อรู้ได้ฉันเนาะแล้วอย่าไปตัวเชิงเจแล้วอย่าตัวนั่งวัวย่อเจแล้วก็อีชิจ่าชื่อเสียงชาอย่าหายในมองแล้วอย่าจนนั่งวัวอย่าเตียตัวชาดักเก่าวัวย่อเราเขาไปรู้เจรู้รอเนาะยิ่งหลีอย่าม้วนเหล่าเที่ยววัวเราไปรู้เจรู้รอไปรู้จงมัวจะเกยชอเชียมัวจะเกยเชียรู้ชิปาเที่ยยิ่งอย่าวิม้วนเหล่าไปที่ลีวัวตัวได้หนูรองเลยเนาะ bị xã cộng lâu cho xía tao đó bị có bị mua cái tí thái bị hai này mong thia có là ta tấu cho thì bị mua cái cuốn tỷ thia bây giờ lưu thì bây giờ ba lỡ thia tí thái lỡ nó nói vậy.
Michael, turning it back to you.
Mayor, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate your response. What Mayor, please share with our listeners who are out there and don't understand or don't have all of the information. What do we mean when we say Minneapolis is a welcoming city? Please help our listener understand. Talk about the Minneapolis ya welcoming city na ya đã chỉ thiết sai tàu ya e cái này chỉ cái tin trả thiết tàu để Minneapolis ni chừng chừng một giờ thiên ni ha xin nhau một giờ ni chỉ cái tin trả sẽ.
Welcoming means we're doing everything possible to create a positive, inclusive environment where everyone feels a sense of trust in local government. They can rely on the arms of government to provide that incredibly critical service. And it also means that there are legal and structural protections that are not compromised and cannot be compromised. Federal immigration agents we will not be working with federal immigration agents to conduct immigration raids. We will not cooperate them around federal law enforcement. We will be focusing on the job that we have to do at our city, which is providing that very important city service to our constituents.
Đợt này bảo hay thì bây luôn trong nó mua ra cái chờ thì tỏ giải xuống lên cho từ cho hai nên từ nhau bây luôn trong nó bây giờ mua ra cái chờ thì ba lợi sợ lợi mua đâu mua đỡ lợi giờ chỉ mua bây lúc họ kia bây lúc rẻ mua thì bây giờ cái bảo số này lên đỡ ấy thì cho nên bảo lên đỡ thì ở bây trong xe tỏ giải xuống lên cho từ cho hai từ nó từ giàu lợi giờ từ mua đâu mua đỡ là chỉ mua như rồi là nó khi rồi này bảo thì bây giờ chế tờ họ luôn trong nó tua giúp biết chỉ mua cái công ty đó rồi政府了真能我好了为个sai就这了一点就这个真能当摸当得了chỉ mua bây giờ chỉ mua cái công ty cho nhà nó thì bây giờ chỉ cho lỡ lên tên tệ đây nó nữa khi cho nên cho làm mấy sinh bao thì là do thì bây giờ có bây giờ tôi chính sử cho chùa là tệ là do công ty cho tệ họ đây rồi nó bây giờ chỉ mua cái狗带可能，被这我这里被路路好路，我被了么去生吃了，了么晒，我就那么被生要被乱着呢，我个么给那个人用铁子去不么给跑西的没来其实可能要被带来呢，贴被要窝里的呢。
Back to you, Michael. Michael, you there?
I was just gonna say, Mayor Frey, I think we lost Michael for a hot minute.
That's all right.
While he's
well,
working,
I can keep answering a few of these other questions on my own. How's that,
beautiful.
Director Rivero?
Thank you, Mayor. So the next one, yeah, I can ask if that's
Please.
okay.
Yes.
The next one is, how is the city working to support our neighbors who are impacted by the actions of our federal government?
我领导那天过那个呢，我领导那路政府那他们帮里家这着呀，路上天就那么被省天的呀，人呢我里家帮来天。
So we want to make sure that people who are new to our country, are new immigrants, they understand that there are legal resources that are available to them. The city has increased funding for immigration and legal information representation, and it's now up to about $275,000 ongoing. That is funding to make sure that we are supporting impacted community members, and we're providing legal support services in a variety of different ways. And so my ask is simple to everybody. It's stay caring about one another. Make sure that you're operating with compassion and that you're looking out for your neighbors that we love dearly.
是生产要被弄中脑壳开的那帮会点，但是呢被这个工地ที่被路好骗等待呢么，也被把到一过年了么，把着路绕。把เราจะละไม่เป็นสิ่งอุลังชีที่อยากเก่งยัวเชียอุลังชีที่อยากเก่งชอเชียแล้วอยากเดียวจะนั่งวัวอยู่กับตัวได้เฉยนอว่าชิมันน้องมันเดอโลแล้วอยากเดียวสาววันน้องเดอกับมัวเก๋ใจทื่อตรงที่อยากรอยนอเป็นป้าชื่อสังยาออกป่วยแค่จะชี้ผาจนละจนหมู่ป้าจะละไม่เป็นสิ่งกับแล้วมัวตัวนั่งกุลิช่อแล้วมัวเสยเจเลยเราเลยชาลันเดาจีอีป้าละวันน้องเดอที่อยากรอยนอเที่ยเขียจนนี่เสด็จเป้าก็เดียแล้วยอมมูลีเลยที่น้องเดอว่าสันซ่าเราที่อยากรอยนอละก็แล้วมัวจะกี่ป้าเที่ยตอนได้นอกูสะท้อนนู่นเนี่ยให้เดียก่อนเนี่ยยี่เหม่งเจ้าเชียนรอวันนี้แต่ได้หนูว่ายี่เดียรู้ชัวจะละไม่เป็นสิ่งย่ออินยี่นะในชาเอ็นเนี่ยว่าชอยาเลยว่าเขารู้เชียตัวนะอย่า
Wonderful. And I know that Michael is trying to get back in, Mayor, and just wanted to ask, I know at some point we're transitioning to the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs and some comments from our office, but wanted to ask if there were any closing remarks or comments that you wanted to make to this audience today. I really appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you, Director Rivero. Thank you, Naomi. And thank you also to Michael Yang deeply appreciate your work. To our Hmong community, we understand your extraordinary contributions to our city. We understand what you have done for our culture, for our economy, for businesses, and for our respective neighborhoods. We are so proud to partner with you, and I want you to know during troubled times, we support you and we have your back, and we will do everything possible to partner going hand in hand with you, facing some of the most difficult circumstances that this world could offer. We're with you. And Minneapolis will continue to be an inclusive place that you are proud to call home.
我那那天我就chấp了我 director Rivero 天我做了 Michael 天我做了独裁路鸟米天hay chỗ này cũng hay nên mong giờ cho ra cho nhau họ nó cũng khi đến bảo hay tiền đời nó cũng như bảo hay tiền này hay nên mong giờ ít họ chuyển chính chấp lời giờ họ bên luôn rồi luôn rồi bên ta tao cho lại tiền này mua xí mà đi trả cho họ bên luôn trong nên sẽ kỹ ba thiết sang như là bên luôn trong thiên yên vì muốn này thiên muốn luôn trong nó lo tàu thiên thiên là muốn này thiên bên la lụa thì giờ hay tiền giờ từ chỉ tu thiên ấy cũng như ta tao thiên chắc là nó cũng như trong xe chấp lời mua cái cái công ty cho họ nó thiên cho bây giờ hay nên mong hay sao nó còn nói thiệt bây giờ tận đây là một bây giờ mua cái chân gà bây hay nên mong thiệt hay sao nó còn nói 我 tận đây nó nên chỉ cái做嘢nên chỉ đến mình là chỉ 我 luôn biết đây nó chỉ có chỉ mua chỗ này nó là bây giờ sáng đại nó nên ít sa bây giờ sau này thiệt khi nó nên bảo hậu bây luôn trong này plus nó một là giờ tận đây giờ mua cái giải tỏa cho nên từ giờ chỉ giữ lên từ này 我想
Thank you so much to Mayor Frey for coming on, taking out his time and coming on Hmong Radio. My connections got lost a little bit, but he was there with us all of the time. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Jacob Frey. Minneapolis. Lu pe trong mong bồi cho nhớ trong trong Minneapolis. Và cho đầu neo media continue your connection xia li nó vào cái chip pi mu của ta cái thank you so much for joining us, Michelle. She is the brain and the person that we go to in the city of Minneapolis when it comes to immigration issues and resources and support. Michelle, you have to papi dân nhà chỉ cái tên năng chặt số lượng cho tụi hay cho kiến đông đời nhân tí cho mình cả nó họ luôn trong Minneapolis nó New York tụi thấy cho và nhớ đó họ bị lúc hong can who Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. Welcome, Michelle, to the show. Greatly appreciate you taking time off your schedule, just like the mayor, to join us. Michelle, tell us about the Office of Immigrants and Refugee Affairs and what do you do at the City of Minneapolis? Minneapolis, Immigrants and Refugee Affairs.
Watch out, Michael. Thank you so much, Michael, for inviting me to the program. I'm very grateful to be here with the OIRA team. The Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs was established in 2018, and this office works to welcome residents from around the world and is committed to supporting community and achieving lives of safety, of dignity, and of opportunity in the city of Minneapolis. And I want to take a moment to introduce the OIRA team who's here. It includes Zainab Meyer and Drea Poole. So once Naomi interprets, perhaps you can turn it over to Zainab and Drea.
Olina nó thiên ở chỗ Michael ở cái tàu lồng mũi chơi cứ sơ sơ rau thiên đời nó cũng lúc bị hụa mà sau Rivero giờ thiên giờ cũng giờ tôi thấy cho nhớ rồi bị lúc không cạn và cho nên quan đau quan tới tôi nhớ rồi tới cho nó thiên cho nên từ bị lúc không cạn nó tôi chỉ ra trong hai cái gì lo lớn thiên hay cho nó còn nó thiên bị lúc không cạn lúc rải mua tận đây nó chỉ do tôi rải mua có cho nên từ cho nên tôi nhớ rồi tới thời nó nhớ giờ tiền mua cái cho share chỉ cho mua cái tên mình là chỉ nhớ dạ thì lâu mua chứ mua mua thia ấy còn lâu mua lu lại hay lu rong sạch thia lại cái lu rong chỉ gì là muốn thoát tờ cho là hạt thia còn lâu tàu và trở lý cho nên cho từ mua sẽ cái ban thiên là nói rõ gì còn nói cho biết lúc không cả tới đây nhiều nó học bên lúc trong nẹp là thia cú sa canh lúc sau là một chơi của tôi nên thia để nói do sa nhà mày giờ thia là một trò rồi phụ thiên cái do tôi nên nhau hồ bên lúc không cả or là thia anh cái mà đi cho nó cái thằng gì thế.
Hello, my name is Drea. I am an urban scholar here with OIRA, the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. I'm very excited to be here. I will be here for the summer. When it is not the summer, I am a law student at the University of St. Thomas, and I will be completing my final year next year, and I'm excited to learn all about immigrant and refugee services.
Nhớ trong thiên là nó cũng bị hoa trời à thế cũng như ít thu và là một thì cũng tệ và họ lựa đó là có urban or thế là nó chỉ cũng là một họ lựa đó họ nói thế cũng như trong xe hàng lúc chạy lúc sau là nó cũng như tiêu nhiều nên hắn chỉ là một là cỡ cho nó thế sắp bao giờ gì cho nó ok sắp hai tuần nhớ rồi sẽ cho nó thế xua đó nó ok cỡ cho nó là sẽ chạy or là mua thế giờ đây đúng nó nên nó thế thầu lúc sau chỉ là tôi chơi tôi sao là cũng cần tới chơi cái miền này hen nhớ đó là lúc University of St. Thomas here ấy cũng chơi tôi cứ lý cho là một cần là liên tới thì lời trong chị do trong ua cũng giờ là một sau cũng sẽ cái cần tới đơn tới thì ấy cũng trong xe hành thì ấy cũng thì tàu xe hành là một cỡ chắc cũng tới đây nữa là thì.
Good afternoon, Michael, Naomi, and our listeners. My name is Zainab Meyer. I am a community relations specialist with the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs, and I'm happy to be here with you all today.
有些 shop 来听，我买狗听，牛咪古还多你包tiền的那被我自己买而听，古有一头那我好累nhất后，被路红干我脑脑就叫那多在来的在在吃多听，哎古种些就那么讲那就亚大树呢，我想。
So I'm just going to keep walking through a little bit about what OIRA does. And I'm going to pause frequently so that people can understand as I'm walking through. The Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs has many responsibilities. So I'm just going to give some information about some of the things that we do. The community can connect with us.
พี่ลูกของการหายตัวในเป้าเทียมวันทันดาวอยากเตะได้หนูไปอัวป้าจะเราไม่ไปสิ่งเทียกูยอถามมินชีเทียหอยอเด็กมินชีเทียไอยอสาธาก่อนนี้ตาโต้สนอไปเตะได้หนูเทียไปสกีอัวยอมเก็บป้าจุดเราจะเราไม่ไปสิ่งเทียให้สนอวัวไปลูกของการเนาะมาม้วนดาวอยากได้หนูเขาชื่อสิงชายยอขออัวไปยอมโมโนโมป้าเราชนจะตูกับมัวสกีเดียนยาเส้นเทียนั่นนะยอ
One of the biggest things that we do is make sure that community knows about immigration-related developments and knows where to go if those developments affect them.
สิ่งชับเลยย่อไปสักจะเนี่ยจีไปสิ่งแล้วเดียวย่อแล้วไม่ไปสิ่งย่อไปลุ่นเจ้าเนาะวันนั้นเดือตัวย่อไปด้วยใจใจเธอย่อมัวสอสื่อหลงเป่าตีอยากได้ชีน่ะหรอไปสักแล้วเป่าใจเดียวคอยเธอวันแล้วย่อมัวซื้อเจ้าจนต้องเดือย่อหลงเนาะแล้วย่อเดียวย่อหลงเป่าแล้วลีใจก็แล้วเป่าตัวให้เดียวเท่าย่อเดียวมัวใจได้ชีหลงน่ะหรอแล้วเป่าเดียวย่อมัวเชิญเทียแล้วก็ตื้อเทียย่อมัวโจแล้วห้องการตื้อน่ะนะ
So there are a number of different ways that we do this, and we invite people to connect with us if the ways that we have right now don't work for you.
学生差别在这呢，周末这个总共地铁了一地到呗，还是呢我错呀给地到一点你去要可用移动呢了，呗首先了么地到到个到呢，了呀那地到个到呗呀我用移动那天了呢。
So, for example, we host community hours on Lake Street every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the afternoons.
mua là cho mua thả hay tiệt bây lúc không cần bây mua khi nhau nó Lake Street thiệt bây khi nhau nó tới nó Monday Wednesday nó Friday thiệt ya ta siêu nè.
We do this so that we can assist people in connecting with an immigration legal service provider or other resources, whether it be English language learning or more. But one of the big things is connecting people to immigration legal service providers.
Chính chính chấp lời do biết khi biết lúc không cần rồi lần đỡ mà ý nghĩa thì biết sẽ là một ba đồ cho nên tôi đang đợi tôi nhớ rồi tới chờ nó thiệt mà lần đầu giả trở thì là有một cỡ cho lúc ăn ký lô là do thì là giả cái ba chùa chứ sinh cha mà do rồi cho là mấy bé sinh của là tuân thiệt cái ba là một lần nền tảng đền đỡ lô là do thì do một lần tới tảng đền đỡ gọi là do sinh sao rồi tới giả rồi nó do là do thì xuống đây tôi cứ đi theo là muốn ra là lì lấy tới tảng đỡ tới giả rồi nó theo.
As the mayor just mentioned, we have $275,000 dedicated to immigration legal services. And how do we use that money? We use that money in contracting with nonprofit organizations that offer free immigration legal services. So whether you want to apply for U.S. citizenship or you or somebody you know is in immigration court proceedings, or you're petitioning for a family member, these legal resources exist so that you can consult with an immigration attorney and get legal representation in your immigration situation for free.
Giờ tôi này bảo hay thì bà ta tôi cho mình tôi thả lời thiệt, và Mayor Frey nữa tao hay thì nếu mua yêu họ ở bùa xa cho chi phá đó là một ba cho ra cái quan tao liền tờ hay sao là cái sập phá lô là giờ để cái yêu quan tao tờ có yêu tôi nên sẵn sa thứ tông lô tới giờ rồi nó khó biết gì cho nhà ở bùa xa cho chi phá nó mà yêu bây là một tỷ tao lợi cho công hậu là muốn chia cái ba rồi bây giờ làm mấy bên sinh thiệt chứ sinh sa yêu cái giờ tiền này xa là một sập hàng đau tớ ấy cái này giờ tôi nên sẵn xa là giờ tiền này một tên mình đã chỉ chuột chuột cho lắm tu hay chân ở quán này dần đau tớ chỉ giờ thứ tông lo tới giờ rồi nó là lợi dụng một cái ba trở rồi nè là giờ tiền này giờ tôi nên giờ quán đau tớ một to ít trên năng nhớ thì ú tua rồi tới cho thì nó là lợi dụng một cái ba trở này giờ đầu thì chuẩn gì thì giờ một tên mình đã chỉ chuột chuột cho plong tu ra chỉ một cho ta sản đầu thì giờ rồi nào là yêu mua cái ba thì bây giờ xí cái nhẹ nó là muốn tiền cho nên là ba này sợ chị rồi này thiên cho nên tao cá tao lừa sẽ hay tao tao là giờ plong tu ta sản thiên là một trò tiền cho nên sản cho ít cứ đi cho sao là xí thằng sao này chân tao cái sạp ha là thì giờ rồi nào là yêu mua thế nên là một ba này liền tao ôi giờ dùng gì cho nên thiên nè.
We want people to know that even if you can't afford a private immigration attorney, there are free legal resources available.
Bây giờ cho nhiệt gì là mấy bên sinh số thanh số tự có nên báo hay tiền giờ hay tiền này chỉ muốn nhia muốn thì ấy thứ cứ gì cho là muốn sơi chuyện cho nên hãy nên trong báo trong tu là thì cho nên báo hay tiền có nên cho xe tàu thì bây mua cho nên vừa vô sơi chuyện rồi nè thì cho cứ lý cho vô sơi chuyện bữa đó rồi nè ấy giờ báo nên cho nên để nên trong báo trong tu thì là giờ.
In addition to connecting people with immigration legal service providers so that they can obtain secure or more secure immigration status, the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs also hosts a virtual space called the Twin Cities Immigration Forum.
Còn gì kia hay khi rồi này cho nhiệt gì là mấy bé sinh son linh cho tụi con đi báo hay tiệt hay chân nó khó và cái yo sắp ha là muốn đóng tờ là do tiệt yo muốn đóng tờ có thứ tông tới giờ rồi nó bị mua sẽ kỹ ba cho nên giờ nhiệt gì là mấy bé sinh son trò chứ sinh sắp lại do cái muốn tờ tôi nhớ rồi tới chân thì nó chuẩn gì kia bị lúc không cần ora nó cứ muốn tao giờ cái ba thì bị xin chỉ sổ chùa thì nữ hùa Twin City immigration form kia nè giờ ai bị cho nó cứ xin chỉ chùa là thì
There are lots of immigration there always are there are always a lot of immigration developments, and we feel like there are even more now. So this is a space where City of St. Paul and City of Minneapolis bring immigration updates to community in a virtual space where our legal service providers often join to give context around the immigration related changes and what you need to do to ensure that you are in a position to be able to respond to those changes.
Lên là nó thiết thật biết sinh trí sở hữu sở chùa nó mà có khi rồi nít bảo vệ địa do luôn trong sinh phò thiết luôn trong Minneapolis nó biết khi thiết từ sở hữu sở chùa nó là một sĩ thả cho nó luôn cho cái chạy trồng phứ cho cái chạy ôi do lòng bảo cho nó cái sinh san lo là do địa luôn cho chạy nữ lòng bảo đi cha là do địa luôn chỉ cho chạy chia đi cha thì rồi nó thiết chỉ sinh cha do biết chờ cho là mình biết sinh là muốn cho biết cổng cho bên lòng thiên cho bên nó cho nó lo cho chạy của lo lòng đi chả thía bị cứ mua cho cái lý thon tua cổng cho bên cho sầu quá sầu chua thía lấy yo thả cho cái lòng lo lấy yo tiền cho cái chạy của bảo lý chả lời u linh đó nó nè đợi có được khen nhiều rồi lý chả thía thầu họ sát trên nó lo cho con lời có nhiều u lý chả thía họ rồng thế giờ rồi nó lấy yo đó nè tờ chỉ gì thía ban nè cho nên cho họ kể tận đây nó thía nó yo.
This meeting is every other Thursday. Actually, there's one today at 4:30, and it's held in collaboration and partnership with the City of St. Paul Immigrant and Refugee Program. So it's good for folks to know that this is one of the many ways in which City of Minneapolis and City of St. Paul collaborate, because we recognize that our communities are often united.
cho nên cho nhiệt gì là mấy bé sinh sợ được bao hay gì bên như xin chỉ nước tới sẽ chỉ sinh chấp lấy yếm mò nó thộp lắm một bé cháu bây giờ là một xin chỉ sợ hóa sợ chùa nó lúc sau hơn đợi giờ lúc sau ở trong ở bên muốn sẽ kể cổng tiền cho lúc trong sinh phò thia ấy thia cho nên bao nhiêu đợt nó còn nó giờ lúc trong đi trả cho là bên bé sinh nhớ rồi ở lúc trong muốn sẽ kể cổng tiền thia cho nên sợ được tua cổng bé thia ấy bé thia là một sĩ thả thia sĩ cho tàu tàu chỉ gì ba cho là mấy bé sinh sợ đời cả lớn ba xia cho thì sai chạy nữa lòng bảo lý trả cho là cái tua tới chân nó lo lại giờ hai thì này ở bị ổn đang tờ thiên này ạ.
Yeah, and if people want to find out when these events are happening, you can visit the calendar of events on the OIRA website. Just type in OIRA Minneapolis into any search engine, and it should be the first website that comes up. The information is accessible in multiple languages, including Hmong. So OIRA Minneapolis should get you to the OIRA website where you can explore more.
Thế cho nên bảo hay thì giờ thì nên sẽ bảo tuần gì thì nên sẽ bảo thì lúc sau tư bây giờ là một tờ số có số chua lâu là giờ thì bây tỉnh này mày tờ thổ thư này nên một số tao nọ họ website là tao thì là giờ thì nên muốn tao kia OIRA Minneapolis sẽ chỉ cho tao thơ cá đỡ và nên là muốn cả cho họ website tao thì bên mua thôi ya và họ lù nhớ rằng đỡ bên họ website thì chuyên sinh xa cho bên mua lù mong nhớ số thì ấy nên cô nhận thì tao cá tao được tao thì này nó nhở.
Thank you so much for Chupler, Michelle. Michelle, help us understand, our listeners understand about any new policies and laws related to immigration that will be beneficial for our community. Talk about here, cho chạy chia lo cho注意chia hay cho immigration là hay cho nên tôi nhớ thì cho nó有主个问到呢，叫chia的有8到边的这个定价，要么叫容价。
So I'll say this. While there are many changes that have been advanced at the federal level, it's important for people to know that some of the things that this administration has tried to implement are being challenged in court. And also that there are federal judges who have stopped the government from doing some of the things that it wants to do.
接着你包系啲系真系攞政府在家我攞晒了冇龙包，问到呀我到去十天，只系啲到政府攞咯，了要学费攞成那天啊哟，了晒冇龙包咯，别个冇能到查天个冇能叫了冇，把到查攞政府天了一点。了到了冇，系到查俾即系我俾全部冇给两天啊那样。
It's important to remember this, and to think that we are and we remain a nation that is governed by the rule of law, and that when things happen that violate our rights, violate due process, and even violate the US Constitution, that there may be legal remedies in court.
之前ชอบเลยยกุสักนี่ยกันจังให้เทียบไปยอีลูเตเธอว่าย่อชื่อฝืนเนอลัวใจว่าลัวจับละเขาไปลาจินเทาแต่อย่าเรนอว่าเทียเทาว่าลัวเตมุเตจ่าอยู่แต่อย่าว่าลัวว่าเฉากี้เฉาใจแล้วอย่าเทียลัวว่าแต่อย่าว่าจีเจอจะเสียแฉงว่าลัวมัวเช่แล้วอย่าเทียนอจือแล้วเจ้าใจว่าลัวมัวเจอจะแล้วไม่เป็นสิ่ง我问到这里在ใจ我了莫切。แต่อย่าเลยนอเจ็บไปอย่ามัวใจจะมึงยัยสาหายและยัยเดียอย่าตึกชาเทีย
So there are a lot of immigration developments, right? And it may be confusing for people to run through all of them at one time. So I'm going to suggest to people that if you can visit the Twin Cities Immigration Forum, that's a great space to get up to the minute updates every couple of weeks. And then also don't hesitate to reach out to the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs, where we can share additional information and resources, and you can get advice specific to your situation.
是生差要撒娇你叫他们被成都绕公白天，你让那边考 Twin City Immigration or Forum 天，我被的我到手过手脚呢，叫他们上来西塔天。chỉ ta lên đó nó là khi cho nên cho nhiều chỉ thiên nên cho sẽ tao thì tao biết lúc không cả or là tao thiên 我那边了某些他真的在对面去生的高铁，铁是被要这个的注意还跌到个等待那呢个有的家，这个肉着高还对面了呀，可肉着高的天的那样。
So the first update that I'm going to share is the travel ban, which may be on people's radars. The travel ban, which went into effect this past Monday on June 9th.
我去生出来个叫了么谈天，在给在我路的了么子嘛，只是不呢了么也么在对头天，我来到了么只家，就弄蛮得大了呢，要找你的问题叫呢。
So this travel ban went into effect by presidential proclamation and limits the entry of nationals from 19 countries.
也可给我了找了么整家那嘛要了的，我了对推叫，好路对条呢，路的了么子只只不个，么就能要好个叫路对条呢，当个老辈路对条的那天。
It completely restricts immigrant and non-immigrant visas and legal entry from 12 countries, and partially restricts certain immigrant and non-immigrant visas and legal entry from 7 others, with some exceptions.
之前差不多要给我如果有资质啊，去不摸，了要多的路得条到了一点木了的路得条到，这点你摸到去当摸 visa 咯，摸把成多木晒得条，那了个哦路得条呢，这路子tan chó，了木做的一个得条下路得条的下路得条的那这了故还的那多到贴的是你摸这个。我在我有主到家都绿色可能天的那有节，冷漠这个真的我下路的看到天了呢。
With regard to the full ban for members of the Southeast Asian community, nationals of Burma are included in the full ban.
还真的，通德路地球呢，我落只去生 shop 了着，还能 South East 呢，了要地球呢，就要 Burma 的呢。
For individuals who are subjected to the partial ban, nationals from countries including Laos are included.
甚至天就nên 我了之前了就地球我了的木刀天的是那要的了莫在ใจ了只是看到的要地球了。
I know there are lots of questions that people have, and how this may impact community members is very dependent upon specific circumstances. And for that reason, the best place to get accurate information specific to your situation or the situation of someone you know or care about is to consult with an immigration attorney.
วิ่งเป้าเดียจะละไม่ไปสิ่งสลิงสตุยมวนดาวหล่อหลุนุ่งแล้วยาเดียมวนดาวยาหลุสาเป้าเทียสาปอแล้วยาเดียสาเชื่อฟ้าจะนักขอนอจวนสีเทียแต่ชีขอรุงชอบเลยอยป้าเตโตเนี่ยจะหลุนุ่งเนาะเจียเนี่ยอยู่ระมุตเตอจีอีแล้วยาฉลาดใจตึกลิข่อชื่อสิ่งว่าเตได้หนูว่าจะเขาหรือเนาะว่าเขียนเตอเทีย bảo cho nó là cho chạy hoặc là lòng bảo cho nên nó đỡ tôi nhớ rồi tới chờ nó dọc.
We will communicate what information we have to share, including fact sheets at our community hours and also during the Twin Cities Immigration Forum. And don't hesitate to reach out to us for questions.
Cho nên bảo hồi thì bên tận đây nào là mua bên mua để nấu này tờ và fact sheet, yêu khi cho nó tiền là cho chạy lông bảo đi trả lấy hết tiền, tên mình chỉ xử lý trả bây mua để nấu này tờ rồi nhớ rồi bên lúc không cản và thọ bé khi bên lúc không cản thì là mua cho tiền bên cho cái sheet thả cho là cái Twin City Immigration Form tờ thì số chua thì bây giờ là mua sheet thả rồi thằng tờ thì yêu ni mua nó chỉ lấy hết tiền ni mua là nó lấy chỉ là thọ sau sẽ đây, ấy thì tao bên lúc không cản bên thì mua cho cái ba tờ này.
And again, our goal is to direct you to people who can help you get answers to your questions and to help you obtain legal assistance so that you know what your next steps are.
Cho cái sống hay thì bây lúc họ thia cho sa pa nè cho nè thia nè một chỗ họ cái yo mua cái ba chỗ nè hay cho nó khó nó thia thia là nó giờ chỉ cũng kia cho nè bao nhiêu đợt nó hay cho nó khó thia yo ba nè tự chỉ ba nè là một sa la thia còn nên thia cái tới cứ lý cho lý do yon thia tôi cho cái ôi giờ tự tự nè khó tên mình là nè thia là đã giỏi cũng kia lên tới cho nè bao thia.
So another topic that I want to touch on quick is immigration court hearings. If you know people who have to appear in immigration court.
ชื่อเส้นชับเลยกูสารมุถาเจอย่อคอวัวเถาในตรงมุงเจสาหายในตรงเปล่าตรงตัวเจ้าหนอวัวเก๋วัวในตัวตั้งเตอตัวม้วนตั้งเตอชิม้วนตั้งเตอยอดหัวสานะหยอเจอเดียในเป้าโลแล้วยอในจนในวัวในเป้าเตอนะหยอวัวมัวตรงเปล่าอีนี่เกี่ยวมุงเจสาหายนะ
So since May of this year, Immigration and Customs Enforcement has started arresting people outside immigration courthouses. And I want to provide a little bit of detail regarding what has been happening and how people can be prepared.
mỗi lần hay chị thầu lúc trên lính đuôi trong nó sẽ giờ cho tôi chính sự vấn đề cho nên tua tế thở và thở chạy lấy chỉ thở chạy cái giờ rồi nó giờ lời cho chắc thiên là nó chỉ thầu là tua chỉ xả hay là trong bao trong tôi nó chỉ cho nên chỉ lấy chắc thiên là nhớ rồi rộng lợi tôi chỉ định tệ cho nên nó này giờ chỉ cứ xả thả cho nên thì cho tới mình xử lý trả thiên nên giống ban đầu lý trả thầu không bao giờ xử sinh nữa tôi xử lý nữa.
So in some cases, the government is asking to dismiss or to close an immigration case. And then once the hearing ends, Immigration and Customs Enforcement will arrest the person as they depart the building and book them into ICE custody. And so that is something that's important for people to be aware of before they go to immigration court.
那结果看到你还真的可实情我都就是，那么英里还点头了顶在顶nhau mù hay sản cái xã hay là trong bao trong đâu nó là này giờ cái một số họ xã cái lúc đó nó chữ lấy giờ rồi tụi này xã hay tiệt có trong bao này cái bên mua lỡ nữa bên mua sổ bỏ chơi là nó thầu là u linh tờ là thiệt là mua có trong bao nó sổ bỏ chơi là chỉ có tờ là lúc họ trong nó giờ có họ cái xã cái có tờ hộ lúc họ trong nó chỉ lấy cho nó thi ice nó chỉ lý thằng tờ làm để có kia là này giờ chị thầu là muốn tê cái kia nó chỉ là muốn có là muốn nhận tao tê nhá là tao ai sợ lúc không cả lời kia là yo yo kho cái ồ lợn để nè nãy giờ chị cú sa có nên bao giờ họ sa chân nó vấn đề thầu cái tên này nó yo chú sĩ đâu này thia.
So some of the people who this new procedure applies to are considered to be subjected to expedited removal, which is a procedure that can apply to people who've been in the United States for less than 2 years.
是先插lời cái tên mình tôi chỉ sĩ nó mà nữ cư chỉ sĩ cho nên là hù hay tia do expedite removal là do thì chạy này tờ cái xa lý xa tàu cho nên nó do bông trong đi nó chỉ do cho nên tua nhớ rồi tiếp theo nó chỉ cho nên ở chỗ nữa.
For people who may have been in the United States longer than 2 years, it's important to collect evidence of your presence in the US for longer than 2 years. That can include photocopies of any records, lease or rental agreements, utility bills, and other evidence that you have resided in the United States for longer than 2 years.
Cho nên lấy tôi nhớ hồi tiếp theo nó sang lên được nó dùng lại chị lợi dụng cho kho chuyển chính chấp là uống đi cho là một con tới ở dưới gì tiền nên quay cho đua hay tiền đi nhớ tôi lúc tiếp theo nó cho dùng là lo là giờ tiền đi sau và sau chế uống để sang đi ở dùng tới là giờ đi thiện đi về phá lo đi dạng đâu đến tới đi ở tôi không đi đâu đến tới cũng muốn tới thứ tổng hay tiền đi nhớ lúc tiếp theo nó để cho nên đó xong rồi nữa.
So I know we have a limited amount of time left, Michael. So there are a couple of things I wanted to share, but I want to turn it back to you.
Thank you. I think one of the most important things people would want to know is how can we provide resource for them to find an attorney? You mentioned earlier that people should consult an attorney. How can people connect with an attorney to find out what to do if they're not sure? Thì cho nên chỉ có tên là từ họ thì thì mà cũng chỉ bảo tranh của sản thị cái tàu ít cái lý cho ba của chùa lù thì cũng một lù nụ nó dùng lý cho tên chế tàu.
So much, Michael. So there are several nonprofit organizations that work with the city of Minneapolis that have community clinics where you can just walk in without an appointment, bring your paperwork, and have a consultation with the attorney. At Career Force Community Hours, we share the links to those community clinics, and those organizations are also listed on the OIRA webpage.
Thì cho nên bảo chế sinh chấp lời thì hay sẽ nó uống thì cứ lý cho nhớ rồi bên luôn trong mình là nó hay rồi nên bảo tiền này là một tí tàu lời thì nhớ nó còn nó chỉ cứ khi rồi nên bảo tiền bên muốn tàu lúc cùng hậu ở bên cùng tiền cho lời thì bên mũi họ link cho lời thì ôi giờ hay tiền này là một tí tàu lo lời giờ kìa nên muốn cái cho hậu bên HTML website thì nên là một khi tàu thiên thiệt tàu tiền lúc cùng hậu tới giờ lúc tư thiên là giờ bị bị một cái career force nó thiệt bên tàu cùng tiền cho lỡ lúc cùng hậu nó thiệt lấy gì là một ba tàu này cho khi đó này thì này giờ là muốn chơi cái ba triệu cho cả thứ là thiệt.
Some organizations work on specific topics. So, for example, if people are green card holders and are thinking about citizenship, this is an excellent time to explore if you're able to apply for U.S. citizenship. And one of our contracts with International Institute of Minnesota is dedicated to helping people obtain United States citizenship.
คือ生出嚟聽，因為一講好嘛，來酷了麼，看地的努力到領導做的呀，我有啥我身上呢有，畢竟係點每lúc講好的嘛，努地的努天啥，這個班的嘛，要班到就能我，了麼來班就我啥麼啥怕，我來當到身上的呀，rồi nó lúc講好nó mà, nữ cô要一lúc講好我了麼，班就去生出嚟做呀，nó thiên, lúc sau nó要lúc sau rồi cho có hàng 我要第个啥了么？我能到天了么？我一度能晒啥天的rồi nó nó ý khi cho nên bao nhiêu lần đầu thiên yêu tiền nên sao bao tuần gì cho nó còn nó là lúc còn hồn tự lấy rồi yêu ý lúc còn hồn bao nhiêu liền đóng tự tự yêu lúc à cho nên yêu rồi hôm nay đã sợ là nó thiên nó yêu lúc còn hồn yêu ba tự này thiên.
Michelle, I want to make sure that I get this question to our listener because there are a lot of people who are interested in this. What are people's rights if they have an immigration enforcement encounter with ICE? Lỡ cho chạy nhóc họ tư thế lỡ mua chạy một chạy do hạt tiền lỡ mua là cái là một sĩ chủ xin cho và immigration enforcement là do tiền cho ICE là immigration custom là theo enforcement là do lỡ vô lý trả lỡ cho chạy nhóc họ tư.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael, for that question. Well, everyone has the right to remain silent. Everyone has the right to a lawyer. Everyone has the right to not disclose any information to immigration authorities. I want to share that if people are interested in learning more about their rights, the American Civil Liberties Union has great fact sheets in multiple languages. All you have to do is check out ACLU. And for a local, we have a local American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU-MN. We've had an attorney from the ACLU join our Twin Cities Immigration Forum in the past to give people information about their rights. In addition to that, I want to share that at our Career Force community hours, we often invite our legal service provider partners to walk people through their rights. So, oh shoot, I'm sorry, Naomi. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Không có, you're fine. Ô liên tình nói thiết khi cho các bố máy cậu châu có là lúc nông có dây là lúc nông trưởng chính chấp lời. Ni mua ra chạy ở chỉ tay rồi mua thả lù lấy cho tiền cho cha này thiên là thả. Ni mua ra chạy ở mỗi thứ cứ lý cho là sẽ chế tạ đó này thiên. Ni cứ mua ra chạy ở tiền chỉ tay ở hay là lù tư là ya kia ý à chỉ lấy cho biết cho nó tên mẹ chỉ cho lời thiên. Hay cho nó còn nó cũng khi trên này bảo hay tiền. Như này sắp bao tuần gì cho nó ni ra chạy trở lý cho nên tua từ tới chờ tua thiên. Là chỉ là mua lúa thì America Civil Liberal Union là giờ thì lúc ACLU nên là chỉ bên mua ít thôi nhá chỉ sinh đó lúc sinh Minnesota nó bên mua chỉ cái lý cho nó tua rồi thằng ga là một công ty sở hữu sở chùa thia xử lý có Twin City Form Immigration Form nó thia bây giờ là một sĩ thả thia kiểu cái lý cho nó là giờ thả cho nên sẽ chạy thia giờ dùng ý control ý khó cho nên sẽ chạy của nên mua thia thiên là nó hay xin là còn nó thiên bên muốn đâu ya cái ba chùa cho lời cho con hậu thiên ấy chờ cái lý cho lời cứ tua cùng bên cho số cái sợi chùa cho bên thả cho có cho chạy thiên.
Yeah,
Michelle,
the last thing. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Add your last thing, but I want to say, how can people find you and your team and your link so that they may not know ACLU, but they know Oira, they know Michelle, they know that you work in Minneapolis. How do they find you?
That's
How
what
do
I
they
was
find
going to
you?
talk about too.
你天你日天禱告係撇聲，哇！你自己點樣講啦？有天日天禱告有什麼路唔知道告的個不停。
So I don't know if your listeners know, but Michael, you and I work in the same department, the Department of Neighborhood and Community Relations. So while people may not know Oira, while people may not know me, I'm sure many of you know Michael. And Michael, I want to express my gratitude to you because when community members have questions, they often come to you. And if it's something that Oira can assist them with, you connect with me. So I'm very grateful for that.
我连那天，我说这个天买个古印淘货天，我说这个还是那个呢，在那只包我啊，那那包买个天了，要点那包的，小那包天，但是古天买个奥利我好干。không cần sủng cần ok thiên là nó thiên cho nên sẽ là bao thiên cho có mấy cậu giờ thì là chỉ bao của nó là bao có chỉ là bao có chỉ có giờ từ đầu một tí tao của cho lỡ thiên là giờ thì là bao có chỉ chút thì là bao của thiên ấy của kia lên tới cho nên sẽ là bao thì giờ đi cha nó là nay tí tao 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 rồi nửa thiên ấy bây giờ mua cái ship họ một lời tận đây.
So in addition to that, I'm going to give our telephone number too, so people have it. You can leave a message in any language. The number is 612-673-3129.
Giờ cho nên bảo thia thọ cứ nói chị của giống một của tôi sẽ tông tròn nè thia nè hú tua cơ họ lù tư là tao tan trò của tôi sẽ tông giờ trâu y o trâu xa pe y o chưa.
You can find us on OIRA, our website, OIRA Minneapolis, or you can visit our community hours Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the afternoons at 777 East Lake Street.
Giờ cho nên bảo tiền nên cả cho bé của website là tao OIRA Minneapolis là giờ thì tua từ bây giờ không cần là tao là phần đó giờ nó Monday, Wednesday, Friday ya ta chú là chỉ tua đó là có cho nhau xa East Lake Street.
Thank you so much to you, Michelle, your team, Zainab, Joya, and all of the beautiful work that you guys are doing for all of the residents in the city of Minneapolis. Michelle, got team, Zainab, Joya, thank you so much for your time. And please continue to support our community. Thank you.
Likewise, Wacho. And thank you so much,
Wacho.
Naomi. Did a lot of
you.
on-the-fly translating to interpreting today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Shinji-do. Talking is good in cha. Shinji-do. No kanya rong. Mura china ju do satong taku. Zhou yi o bei o xia o yi bei sun. Zhou yi o bei o xia o yi bei sun. Shinji-do. Linear Bye bye.